What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video I'd like to talk about two different cryptos, Stellar Lumens and HBAR. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the third day of November, and right now we're experiencing a catastrophic drop across the whole ecosystem. Fear and Greed's at a 36. I think whenever we refresh it by the end of the day, we'll probably see something on the lines of like a 30 level, or even potentially we'll get into those extreme fear levels. The bears are very, very loud at these levels right now, you guys. It's kind of interesting to watch because Bitcoin, again, hasn't really dropped that much throughout this whole cycle. This is actually the least significant drop we've had for Bitcoin. It's a pretty insignificant drop for altcoins too as a whole. Don't get me wrong, this was crazy, but it would have never happened. This is fake price action. It would have never happened if the exchanges didn't go down, right? It's all fake price action, right? It's like if the price went all the way from here, right? Imagine that we pumped 50%, 500%, whatever it might be, but it only happened when the exchanges were down. Nobody could actually sell up here, and then by the time the exchanges open back up, we're up here. It's safe to say that that was fake price action. I don't care how extensive it was, right? Nobody actually had those prices go on, except for like stop losses and stop hunts. Anyways, looking at Stellar Lumens here, we're going to talk about XLM first, then we'll talk about HBAR, okay, as we do. 28.3 cents right now, 7 hours, 37 minutes left in the day. If we look at the 1 hour time frame, we'll see that on the RSI, we do have a bit of a double bottom look. Not really any bullish divergence, but you do have a downtrend, and you are in the oversold zone pretty consistently. I think this downtrend is coming to an end, in which case we can expect a break probably going into the rest of this day here. We have like 7 hours left in the day, 7.5 hours left in the day, so we probably do move up higher. The stochastics would agree with that, and the MACD does have bullish divergence. That would also agree with the idea that we move higher from here. The 4 hour time frame, we do have lower lows. Here on the RSI, we have higher lows, bullish divergence there as well. 3 hours and 37 minutes left in this 4 hour time frame. Let's see how it closes. Let's not get too hasty, but if it is bullish divergence, that should promote a low here and that we would move higher. The MACD technically also has bullish divergence, but I'm not really weighing on that too much. Stochastics look good, like they want to come up higher. I think we found the low here with XLM. I think we did. If we look here from a low to a high, right there at the golden ratio, a little bit below there, we take this low to a high here, right there at the 1414. Somewhat perfect, really somewhat perfect of an area to bounce from. Could you go lower? Sure. And if you were to go lower, the lowest that I'd give you, Stellar, might be like 26.5. You're at 28.4 cents now, so nothing crazy. But I do think we're showing signs of wanting to bounce here at this level. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame, 28.3 cents right now. Take this from a low to a high. Low to a high. We're right in the golden ratio zone, actually just below. You know, to be fair, this does make me consider that 26 cent price area a little bit more. But if we can close the day here or higher, I think it's fine, right? Really what we might be getting set up for is some kind of zone that we are consolidating in, that we've just broken out of. We could be setting up for a fake out. So watch for the end of the day. Let's wait and see how the day closes. I think it's very important to wait for the daily close while we're in the midst of all this mayhem, okay? Don't go panicking and selling your bags down at the lows, you guys. Again, we are in this range, lower lows and lower highs, and we're at the base of this range. Very clearly we are. So I'm very confident that we will recover from here. We will go to higher prices, and probably on this next attempt higher, we should be breaking out of this overall downtrend. I really wouldn't be surprised if we did. We have max fear, max pessimism right now. Shorts are on blast, like hardcore. I would think that we probably are near a point of capitulation where we do start to reverse. The daily MACD has just crossed red, which is not fun, but that's okay, giving us another drive of bullish divergence actually. Low here, higher low there, bullish divergence. So at the golden ratio, bullish divergence on your daily time frame is not bad. Stochastics are at a point to bounce, and the RSI is also at a point to bounce as well. So overall, Stellar, we're very positive on you. We're very bullish on Stellar. Maybe bearish. We're at 28.4 cents now. Maybe bearish down to a point of like 26 cents, 26.5 cents, somewhere in that zone. But ultimately, we're looking for prices that are all the way up at $1.54 to $3.55 by the end of the year. I'm personally thinking we'll be just above $2 by the end of 2025, but we should see a lot of this move come in, I think, in the month of November. By the end of November, Stellar could very well be above $1, if not much higher than that. And if we're not there, then certainly in December we'll be at those levels. I am personally calling for Stellar Lumens to be at $2.20 or higher by the end of December. That's my expectation. We've been waiting for those targets for a long time. This is not a new thing, right? We've been calling for this left and right. And again, I don't care if it happens in October, July, whatever, December. It's going to happen at some point. Okay. And I think that it's happening now. I think we're at the low point where we are about to recover and see this overall phase breakout. A phase that we've been consolidating in now quite literally for 1 year. I would imagine a consolidation phase that lasted 1 year would bring us to a spectacular breakout move. Okay. And as we look through Stellar Lumens history, that's kind of really that's the only kind of moves that you have whenever you break out of these long phases of accumulation and consolidation, right? You just spectacular movements out. So a lot of time to accumulate. A lot of institutional money has gotten involved in this thing, and I think that we will see massive growth in a very short amount of time. Let's move on and talk about HBAR here. HBAR, Hedera. Hedera. I thought it was Hedera, like H-A. It's Hedera with an H-E. Hedera. 17.8 cents right now. We look at the short-term stuff on the 1 hour time frame. I like seeing Bitcoin recover here. I want to see Bitcoin clear out all these longs. Like, we're so close. Just do it. We're at 106.4K. Just do it. Go down to 103.4K. Do it. Clear out $3 billion of longs. And we only have $5 billion in longs left. I don't think I've ever seen it where we had less than $20 billion between shorts and longs, but we're almost there. Right? Normally, like, one side is 20 billion, the other side is like 6 or 7 billion. But man, people are getting creamed right now, I think. I would love it if we creamed a little bit more and went down to $103,000. I really think that'd be good. And in which case, again, if Bitcoin goes lower, it is possible that HBAR goes lower. We have seen it in moments like this, in these kind of rare moments like this, where Bitcoin will push lower and altcoins might have already found their lows only because they dropped so much more, right? Bitcoin in this 1 hour dropped like 1%, right? You dropped 2.1%, where HBAR dropped 4%, and overall it dropped more than that. Anyways, 1 hour time frame here. No bullish divergence on your RSI, but you do have a downtrend, right? Lower lows, lower highs. You are in the oversold zone. I would assume that this downtrend's coming to an end pretty soon. Maybe you take another stab down, you get some bullish divergence. Maybe you take a lower low, whatever it might be. But soon enough, you should be moving higher, right? Either today or tomorrow, we should be breaking out of this range. And with that, that should push you to higher levels. That'd be my thought here, okay? Stochastics look like you want to continue higher, and the MACD does have bullish divergence. That might be the low. That might be the low right there, you guys. We're having a nice little recovery on this 1 hour time frame so far. Let's see how it goes. 4 hour time frame. If we're zooming out a little bit more here. Building bearish momentum, breaking through the zero. Kind of suggested that we could go lower. Let's look and see from a low to a high what we're doing. Low to a high here. Golden ratio support, tipped to the 786. Hey, this is actually a really good look. I actually do expect that we push higher. This could be the low. That really could be the low. I like that a lot. When you push through and you tip your 786 like this, mark my words, you go all the way up to your 236. Or your 382 at least, right? 19 to like 20 cents. That'd be the next target area. We're at 17.7 cents now. I think we will V-shape recover out of here. That's nice. It's a really good look. As long as this 4 hour time frame closes green. If it closes red, we're still... This isn't the low. This isn't the bounce. We're still moving lower. Then maybe that happens from the 886, not the 786. But whenever you do push through the golden ratio like this, to the 786 or the 886, you really do get some massive volatility that pushes you back up to like this area here. So I really wouldn't be surprised if that happens. That area, again, is 19.25 cents to 20.25 cents as well. Okay, 19.25, 20.25, that's the range. Let's see, let's look at our indicators we already have. Yeah. Even if this is our low, we could consolidate here and see a slightly lower closing low with a slightly higher low in the price or something like that, and then move up. Just because I'm saying I think we might have found our low here doesn't mean that we're ripping through the roof right now, okay? I am kind of expecting, and again, with these moments where you do rip through the golden ratio like this, you do get some pretty intense volatility, and you would expect to move back at a fast pace, but there is always the chance that we could consolidate here for a little bit, form some bullish divergence, and then move up at a later date. You know, I don't think it has to be today or tomorrow. It could be the next day, but I am assuming right now that across the board, I would assume that we see a massive recovery in crypto and the markets as a whole by the end of this next week. by the 10th. You know what I mean? Like whenever the next Sunday is. When is that? That's by the 9th. So yeah, by the 10th, I would expect we see some massive recovery across the board. Looking at the daily time frame, the RSI has rejected the same areas that it's rejected before. What we're looking for is a bit of a different result. We want to bounce off the 40, not the oversold zone. We don't want to get oversold. Let's bounce off the 40, again showing that we are near the low, maybe not right at it. We could bounce above it, but with this in mind, I think that it is very possible that not only do we bounce from here, but that this could very well be the low, right? We very well could have the low right here. Stochastics could suggest that we go lower as well. The MACD is moving up a little bit. We're at the zero. A little bit of confliction in the charts here. Confliction. We're at the low point of an overall range. I think that we're probably going to move up here pretty soon, you guys. I really do. I really, really do. Low to high. Golden ratio zone. Yeah. I think that was the low, man. I think that was low. There are some signs that we could go lower, and it's important to mention that and be aware of that. And I'm definitely going back and forth on that, but I just keep coming back to the thought I think that was the low, and we're probably going to break out here over the coming weeks. I would think by the end of November, we are well above the current levels that we're at now, and we're probably even above 30 cents or more, right? So we're at 17 cents now. I'm expecting something on the lines of like an 80% to 120% pump between now and the end of the month. And if I'm wrong, it's only because we pumped higher. That's what my expectation would be. From a high here of the cycle to the low there in April, we're looking forward to a 55-cent target, an 82-cent target, and prices beyond that as the year progresses, right? I think going into the end of the year, going into December of this year, we should be at a minimum somewhere around like $1.30, $1.15, and at a maximum we're looking for something that's just below $2, okay? Something overall there, right? A massive breakout, very akin to what we saw back here, but we've got more time left between now and the end of the year for this move than I think we had over here. This next move will break us out to new all-time highs. Will break us out from a year-long consolidation phase. This move here, we were retracing our bear market, okay? We're consolidating on top of what was a very massive accumulative phase here. I really do believe that this next move here that we're about to see is going to be larger than the last move. And with that, again, I would expect that we go all the way up to something between like $1.50 to $2 by the end of 2025. If we're not there by the end of December, then maybe by the end of January. But something like that, that's my next expectation. So I don't really have anything else that I want to say. HODL, hold, don't get shaken out, right? This is the worst time to get fearful. It's okay to have emotions. It's not okay to invest based off of emotions. So try, if you want to make a move but you're emotional, don't make a move at all. No matter how important you feel like it is, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I think that whenever you're emotional, you probably will make the wrong decision. That's just a thought. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye.